Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Yes, we are back. Nakia will be here soon to talk about And Just Like That and the latest episode. I want to say was it episode 9? I'm not sure. Let me get my specs out so I can find Miss Nakia. There she is. View request. Boop. Is joining me and we are about to get into it.
Happy
Hey,
Friday.
hey, hey.
I
Happy
love your hair.
How are you?
What is this
Thank you.
beautiful look? I love it. The Bantu Knot Beauty.
Listen, finally, I was able to connect with a natural hair goddess to do something different because, my little puff was all I could do. So, yes, I got my little Bantu knots. Very cute. I love them.
Amazing.
I
She
love
did
it.
an amazing job on you.
Thank you. I think so too. And you look amazing
Good,
as always.
good.
How are you? How was your week?
I have a new intern, so training them, getting that going, and then just trying to find some gigs, girl. You know how it is right now.
You should have been at NABJ. That's all I have to say to you. But it'll say Chicago next year. So all the things. It'll be amazing next year.
Ma'am, maybe we can plan some dates that we could get on the conference call and get our itinerary together, because I do want to see you. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'll be there. I'll be there the whole time. So we definitely have to get together. Maybe I'll come up a day early so we can just hang out before. And you can take me to all the Chicago.
We can do like a vegan crawl. I'm down.
Remember the first time we met? We were just like we didn't even know each other, and it was like this instant connection.
I talk about that all the time to people when I'm like, I met her and it was just like instant. She was so warm, and then we hung out and ate, and oh yes. So I'm ready to reconnect and do our thing. And
yes, we haven't seen each other since then. For the pandemic.
That's wild.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But okay.
Girl.
So let's get into this episode.
9 and doing all the drama. Oh my God.
Girl, listen. But the first time, Miranda is not the main person that I want to talk about. And kudos to the writers for finally getting her together enough where we could move on. Because Carrie, let me just say, so last week, it was all, was it all a mistake? This week at Charlotte's party, it's, hold on, let me pull it up. It was to Mark, Charlotte's new boss, about her marriage to Big. It was a wonderful marriage to a wonderful man that ended far too soon. What? Just last week. And in the, she was saying, was her marriage to Big all a mistake? Like,
I said this girl is flip-flopping and I don't have time for it. Because what? And I was just like, okay, so was that just out of body? Are you just like, what are you doing?
Right. Because she said it twice last week. It was once to Miranda and then to Che. Right? Was it all a mistake? Meanwhile, you rolling through New York buying palaces that was off of this marriage. That was a mistake. And then all of a sudden, it's a wonderful marriage to a wonderful man.
Let's nail it down and figure it out. Because here's the thing that is really not, I don't want to say concerning, but definitely kind of concerning for me. And Aiden brought it up. Where are you at?
Come on.
Come on.
What are you doing?
Are you doing this for me or for you? Let's nail it down.
Right. And he was like, you need to be doing it for you. Because there was so much foreshadowing with what I'm hoping will happen, and that is that Aiden will like destroy her. Maybe not destroy, but just not fall into like
Right.
Carrie is doing way too much. Finally, she's gonna sell this apartment, and all the signs are there. Not just Aiden saying, "Are you sure? Because you don't do this for me. Are you sure?" But the very fact that this man still cannot even go into her apartment means that he's holding on to something. Has he truly forgiven her in totality? If is this not going to creep up in some
it
kind
most
of way?
certainly will
I
creep up
mean,
in
you can't even go into the woman's apartment to the point that she's got to sell it and move somewhere else. And yes, that's her choice, but it's like, where is he mentally? And then for his ex-wife to come all the way to New York to meet with Carrie and say, "Look now, I know how you operate and I know how you roll. Don't do this ish again." Because she knows Aiden was destroyed over it. And now, and I mean, the look and I had to say to myself, and I had to ask you this, was his ex-wife in her right to do that?
I was
Or
gonna.
did she overstep?
I was
What do
on
you
the
think?
fence about that. Now we couldn't have met or talked on the phone and talked about you don't want your children in my writing. Hey, all due respect, I get it, but I do kind of
Yes.
believe. So as a mother, right? I'm not a mother. I haven't been thus yet, but I can see where she's coming from with like, don't bring your mess over here to my children.
Because
She's
Carrie
messy.
is
And
messy.
if we're being honest about
Messy.
her, we all know that, right? So I can respect her saying,
yeah.
If you're not in it for the long haul, get to getting, because don't involve my children into liking you and you're doing all the things and you're still not even really sure your damn self. So I don't think that the ex-wife was completely wrong. It it was
Right.
the delivery that she did it in that was acceptable. Had she done it in a more like,
Yeah.
look now, and she kind of did in her more discreet way.
Maternal.
Right.
It felt more maternal than anything. She's worried about not just how her children are going to possibly get caught up with this woman and this life that her the father is in, but if Aiden's heart is broken again, because he was devastated. You broke my heart. He was devastated. If he has to go through that, that's going to
Exactly.
impact how he parents. And then if she did it to Aiden twice, how is that
Right.
going to impact their children? Right. So I feel like she was in the right to have that conversation. I didn't think it had to be in person, but I think she wanted Carrie to really think about everything. And so doing it in person, I felt was the right move. I really do. I have a lot of respect for that, because I'm like, y'all's marriage is over. You don't need to be getting in his relationship. But considering Carrie's messiness and how she rolls, I mean, and the fact that she probably knows that she let her husband die, right? So it's all counting against her. I mean,
not you starting at 9 minutes in. 8 minutes we no, seriously,
that would
because and piggybacking off of what you said in regards to there's being signs here. Let's look at them. And part of me even believes Carrie's not completely sure, right? Because the first indication was that damn Wyatt. Why are all these damn young teenage kids on this show rude?
Out of control.
Rude. I just would never, like the way he talked. Get back on the phone. Yeah. Dang.
He was hecka rude. He was like very like I
But
put my father back
just
on the phone.
get him back on here. And knowing
But that also speaks to how clueless Aiden is and how clued out he is to the like his kid's not feeling Carrie, and she's getting a house for those kids to hang out in.
first of all, it's been a week. He even said it's only been a week. So then why are we exposing that? I felt like there should have been a little bit more.
No, now they already
A week
met.
ago, though. Okay.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, she's gone to his like we didn't get to see the farmhouse or whatever, the English cottage in wherever he's living. We didn't get to see all that, which I was dying to see because I did want it to be Dusty, but you know, but apparently it was not. So we skip forward on this show a lot. So she's met the kids, right? And they're, you know, and I think that's pretty typical for somebody to feel like, you know, a little apprehensive, if you will, if that's a nice way to put it, about someone that your parent is dating. But yeah, that I just feel like Carrie's going too fast. I feel like why sell your apartment when you don't need to? You're selling it because Aiden can't go there. But what if things don't work out with Aiden? Why would you give up this place that's been so special to you all this time? Why are you moving and getting this place when Aiden has a lot of responsibility back home with his kids, right? He can't up and move and not be there for it. This is what I predict. Something is going to happen where Aiden realizes he needs to spend more time at home with his sons, you know, more time. He can't keep going back and forth. Something's going to happen where he's not going to be there. And he's going to regret that and resent, maybe not resent Carrie fully, but realize I can't do this. I think she is moving way too fast. And she's running on fumes of what used to be and completely ignoring the fact that this man has not completely healed
we
from
haven't
everything.
even had a real damn conversation about the past. I feel like how can we move forward? And he won't even touch on it. Not only he won't even touch on the past, but neither will Carrie. Carrie won't even disclose to Che when Che was like, what is the thing that like is preventing you, like him from even coming in here? She didn't even want to take accountability and say, I did the oochie coochie, I cheated, you know, he was helping me build it. And
while he was here remodeling my place, I was over at the hotel or in Big's apartment, you know, cheating on him while he was putting in the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes,
getting
all
free
of that.
labor.
You should be able to confidently take accountability, and that to me is part of the reason as to why I feel like we're tap dancing. I feel like we're doing a lot of tap dancing, and Carrie, I feel, is going to get a big letdown from Aiden because there's
coming.
There's indication that it's not completely secure, whole. There's still some harboring of feelings, and I just don't.
I agree.
Personally, I felt from her meeting with Kathy. Kathy she came off as a nice woman to me.
Yeah, listen, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her at all. I feel like she was like, listen now, as a mom, I could see her having that conversation. But what's interesting to me is that she saw fit to have it with Carrie and not with Aiden. Aiden had no idea that she came and traveled and met with Carrie and had that conversation. That to me, listen, I've never been married and I don't have no kids, so I can only go by what I would think that people would do or what I would do. That just seems like, it seems like she should be having this conversation with Aiden. But I think like Aiden is so, I don't want to call him flighty, but he's just so blinded by optimism. Oh, okay, I don't care, man. He's just so, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think he's
I,
just blinded by
and
optimism.
the thing
Or
about it is, like, I understand there's like a slight goofiness to him, or like some type of like oh, I was talking to the downstairs people. Why are you talking to anybody? Just bring your
those are my people. That's what I do. It's like you blowing the whole thing, man. Be
you know
cool.
what we're doing
Be
here.
cool,
Like, why
Aiden.
would you?
It's like he's like this surfer dude, right? Like that, just kind of like a cleaned up or older, just kind of like, hang ten, man. Life is good. It's all everything's good. Right. Everything's cool, man. Those are my people.
And then your
Of course I'm gonna
people
that's
is
my
getting us
way.
kicked out.
It's
Turn
what I
it on.
do.
Turn it.
Exactly. It's like, dude, buy a clue. We are squatting, basically. Well, I mean, not squatting, but we are not here. We are going against the rules. We're about to get Shay kicked out of her building, and you talk about you got to speak to people just because you tipping them.
I'm
That
like,
makes
this
it
is
okay.
not our place.
And this is who she is hitching her wagon to. This is who she about to buy a multi-million dollar, you know, place in Manhattan. I mean,
I've never
Gramercy
been there,
Park.
but the house that she's in, gorgeous. And I can see her making it her little cozy own. She loves like more antique-ish type of style and decor. And I can see her just putting up some paint. You got room for your closet. I feel like even if without Aiden, let's make this move, boo.
But see, the thing I can tell you about New York, neighborhoods are key, right? Carrie is, an Upper West Sider. She's that girl, while Charlotte is an Upper East Side, right? There's more money on the Upper East Side. Carrie is a girl that, wants to kind of, roll out of bed or roll out of the house with, a pigeon on her head, a pajama top, some booty shorts and some thigh high, boots. She's going to wear that, that's very New York, but it's also more, to me, Upper West Side. And where Gramercy Park is more of a, like, it's upscale, but it's like, that's money. You know what I mean? And so I think she's going to have an issue with her neighbors, right? She's more of an eclectic kind of girl. That's not really, in my opinion, Gramercy Park. I mean, the dogs poop gold over there on the lawns. It's like it's a whole other thing. I mean, you see that place. You see how it has a porch and like all the things. That's a very kind of different New York. I don't think she's gonna like that neighborhood. I think she can make the inside what she wants, but I worry whether or not she's gonna love that neighborhood. But maybe she's at a point where she will. But I think the problem is, even if she's gonna love that neighborhood, it needs to be for her, not for her.
And that was kind of like my point, and I'm glad that Aiden brought that up to her. Is this what you want? Don't do this for me. And that to me is a clue. Aiden is just kind of, I don't want to, going with the flow.
Going with the flow.
And not really. Hang tight, guys.
He's just going with the waves,
going with the waves, surfer dude. Let's get out there. It'll be cool, man. It'll be cool. Will it? Because I'm about to drop a bag on this right here. So,
yeah. And the fact that the wife had to come up there to have this conversation may suggest that there's a lack of maturity with the way that Aiden deals with these kinds of things, that she felt like, you know what, let me go up there and make sure that this, messy woman keeps a handle on things as long
Yeah,
as
maybe
my
she
children
felt,
are
and we don't
involved.
know what was the reason him and Kathy ended up getting a divorce. We don't have any clue in regards to that.
Mm-mm.
Maybe, you know, she realized that hang tight shit
Yeah.
is not what, you know, it seemed
And she's moved on. She has somebody
right.
else. She's
But
in a
I'm
whole other
saying
relationship.
it's validating more of what you were saying, that maybe he doesn't know how to confront hard conversations. If we haven't had a hard
Yeah.
conversation with
Yeah.
Carrie, it doesn't seem like we have. And, you know, she's over here doing the hard conversation, which that should be more important to him, in my opinion, as a parent. If you're getting into a new relationship and it seems to be getting more serious, getting this house is showing that it's more serious. So he should have been having
Yeah.
a conversation like, hold up, wait a minute, let me tell you some things that need to be said here. Especially now you got two boys to worry about, and this Wyatt seems like a handful. That's what Kathy said. Kathy said
Yeah.
he ain't nothing nice. I don't know. It's not looking good,
Right.
is what I'm.
It's not looking good. So time will tell. What do we have? 10 or 12 episodes? How
I
many
don't. I
episodes
thought
are
it was
there?
going to be
Do you
either
know?
between
I can't remember.
10 and 13, but we clearly have another episode on the horizon, because I have seen no signs of Samantha, but I know it's coming.
She's supposed to be in the last episode, and not her face, just her voice.
Come on.
That's what I read. Not, who knows? It was a lot going on.
What if they
But
shock
I know it's
the
happening in the
shit
last
out of us
episode.
and show her, and she shows her face like a FaceTime?
I would die, girl.
It would send me
I would
into orbit.
die. We would have to go.
Deb says there's
do our
11
live on
episodes.
Thursday.
Thanks, Deb.
Okay, thanks, Deb. Okay, let's move on from Carrie. Let's talk about Che for a second. I like Che without Miranda. I like her being friends with Carrie. I like the idea of her dating. I like her atmosphere at this vet office. Like,
Yeah,
now,
I'm cool with Che.
I'm all good with
I
Che.
like how the writers are showing how when you're, in the creative arts industry, you can be here. Well, let me put it right here. You can be here, and then all of a sudden, baby, bye. You trying to figure out your next check.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
Yeah.
kind of leans into the writer's strike and the actor's strike. It is not all, all of a sudden you rich and you just blowing money and all that. No. And I love the fact that they showed that, look, she had a pilot of a show. She was on top. She was, really doing great things within her community world. And I mean, I'm sorry, I'm saying her, and I'm putting the wrong pronouns. My apology. And then you can go from that to working at it. I don't know if that's a pet. And don't get me wrong, veterinarians make some money.
Yeah, but those people working in the front office.
That part. I'm trying to, give her a little bit of not making it seem like Che is down and out, but it's a financial struggle. It is not easy peasy being in the creative industry. Actors, writers, journalists, all of that. It can be a struggle unless you got Oprah money.
Yeah. It's kind of like a business you never retire from, too. When you think about people in entertainment, particularly, it's like that you work and work and work and work. You think about, people in the music industry, just touring. I'm just going to say for a long, 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 long time. And you're like, wow, he or she is 90 and they're still going.
Right. No, I mean, think of all of the, rock bands and some of the older rock bands. I mean, still.
Well, what's his name who just died? Patrick, what is the the
Tony Bennett.
singer Tony Bennett. That I mean, he was performing up until thank you, Raina Bundy. She said she loves my hair. Yeah, up until the very end, you know, he was performing and making albums. Somebody said Kathy got Carrie together. I don't know about that, but Gina said, didn't Aiden cheat on his wife with Carrie in Sex
Oh,
and the City too? I think she's talking about
because
the
I
movie.
was like,
No, that didn't happen. They just bumped into each other in Abu Dhabi or wherever they were. Remember, he had a
so
baby strapped on him, and
was
they
that the
bumped
same
into each
woman?
other. But that
Was
was
Kathy the same woman that? Because I remember,
no.
I do specifically remember a time that Carrie bumped into Aiden. There was a baby, but I don't remember who the woman was specifically. And that's what I was trying to kind of like piece together.
I don't know. I have to go back and see. I don't remember. Oh, but Gina said, I misspoke. She said, didn't Aiden want to cheat on his wife with
I don't
Carrie in the Sex and the City
remember
2
that.
movie?
I
I don't remember. I didn't think
I
so.
remember
I don't know.
that
Who remembers
unless
that?
I'm
I don't. I have to
remembering
go back
from
and
the
look.
show, he and no, that was that from the show or was that the movie? I just remember him being outside.
It was in the movie. That was in the movie when they were overseas. She saw him, and then he had the baby.
Okay.
That was in the movie.
Strapped to him.
Oh, Chris said Aiden did kiss Carrie, and I believe that was cheating.
He
Yes, it
kissed
was.
Carrie
You are
while
correct.
he was still married to.
When he was married.
What? Why he not? What? How, where? What? When was this? On the movie?
In the movie, yeah.
What? Like, what was it? A passionate kiss? Why am I drawing a blank? Was it a passionate kiss? Was it?
I'm trying to remember. I think they bumped into each other on the street. And then I think they saw each other again, or like I'm trying to remember. I think it was more than just them bumping into each other and that being that. I think maybe I can't remember. I just remember him
That's all
having
I remember.
a baby
And
attached to
she
him.
was kind of like, well, you know, Aiden, he's
he's
looking good, but he has a baby or something like that. So that I was trying to figure out if this is the same woman.
Gina said in Abu Dhabi they kissed, but were they married? I mean, was he married? Also in Abu Dhabi, didn't he have? Okay, the baby was strapped to Aaron. Hold on. In the original show, the movie was Sex and the City, and it was a passionate kiss. They bumped into each other and went out to dinner. Okay, thank you, Chris. So the baby was in the original show.
That's what I was thinking. I think the baby would.
He would have to. His kids would have to be as old as
They're around the same age,
right? They would have to be like
Wyatt is 14.
Because Brady.
So there has to be because I think Wyatt's the youngest. So the oldest we haven't seen yet.
Oh.
We haven't.
Okay. Oh, I got it mixed up. So Aiden and Carrie ran into each other at that market, and then they had dinner, and that's when they kissed. And then what happened? Why didn't they? Oh, that's right, because she was mad at Big when she went. When she left to go, remember? They were mad at each other. I can't remember what it was about, or she was mad at him about something about the apartment. I gotta go back and watch the movie. I have to go back and watch the movie. But okay, I was mixing up the two. Okay. He was married when he kissed Carrie, and she confessed it to Mr. Big, who then bought Carrie a ring. Was that it? Oh, because they got married without a ring in episode 2. I mean, in movie 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I gotta go back.
The movie is not. I'm not.
In the episode, I'm getting confused. So we'll put a pause in this. We're gonna watch the movie, both, but especially the number 2, and then we're gonna come back. That's when she told the girls they kissed, and then she called Big and told him Carrie was mad at Big that they were becoming a boring couple. Yeah. I gotta go back and watch number 2. Okay, this is helpful though. I love that people are chiming in with these details because I have forgotten all these things. Okay, so wait, let's go back.
Because Deb's saying Big then bought her the black diamond ring. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. The memory
Good.
is
Okay, I
on
gotta go back and watch it
10, you
now.
guys.
I mean, I'm gonna go back and watch.
Yeah, I'm
So we're
happy for
happy with
Jay.
Jay.
It's
Um,
it. I feel a sigh of relief because now Miranda can really focus on her own crap. I love that Brady checked her
yeah.
and was like, no, 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 ma'am. You, what did he say? You didn't figure out your path until you were what, 56? So don't come for me talking about paths. I
Thank
said,
you.
okay, Brady,
Thank you.
respect, because it's true. I thought the same thing. I'm like, Miranda, you're
Yeah.
still trying to figure out your path, whatever that looks like.
With career,
Right.
with your sex life,
So then
all
for
of it.
her
All
to
of
really
it.
be trying to push Brady and, making sure he goes to school and figures it out, let that boy fry some French fries. He'll learn how to cook and maybe become a chef.
Yeah, it's hard to parent when I would think when you got like all mistakes that you're making in the moment, not in your past, but like right now. You're making all these mistakes. But I love Lily and Brady together. I think that's so cute. I love Carrie's line of saying that's like thinking about my two stuffed animals having sex. I love that. That was so cute. So yeah,
Yes.
I love them together. And I hope that they continue
Yes.
this. Like I would love
So
them ending up as a
and
couple.
it at the moment when not Carrie, Charlotte mentioned to Lily,
Charlotte,
can you talk to, Brady, blah, blah. I was wondering why the kids don't interact as much or why they haven't like hooked up yet since they're so close in age. And so I
because of where they live. I mean, Brooklyn is so far. And so, and Miranda's all over the place. How's she gonna get her kids together when she's not even spending time with her kid? She took a gap year from mothering.
a
So,
sabbatical.
you know, yeah.
Right.
That's why
I
that
mean,
can't
she did
happen.
a whole
Get it together,
traveling
Miranda.
all the way on the other side, on the West Coast
Yeah.
for months with Che.
Mm. And now she's worried about Brady being focused. I'm glad they
Yeah,
wrote that in there. That was sensible from the
absolutely.
writers. That made sense. But I love them together, and I love that Charlotte is that person that automatically is like, at first she's worried if they're dating, but what if they got married? Then that makes everything okay. This could be this, and then this was like she is definitely that girlfriend, and she always has been. That is
Yes.
so
But she
rose-colored
did say
glasses,
something that
right?
I'm like, okay, finally Charlotte's being real. She said, when she said, well, what if they get married? But then she'll have Miranda as a mother-in-law, and Miranda could be too much. I'm like, thank you, Charlotte. Yes. And she's like, I don't want to have her, have Lily deal with Miranda.
I know. I mean, and that's real. It's a real conversation. All those things come into play, but I love the idea. Like, I would love to see the two of them just be together, explore things, even if it doesn't end up being something that's romantic long term, just being really good friends. Like, I'd love to see something between them blossom in some kind of way of
I
their
agree.
own storyline happening.
I think it will be
I
good.
would
I
love to
think it
see
would,
that.
because I know that distance is a factor, but I would like to see more of, Charlotte's kids, and LTW's kids, as well as Miranda, that be hanging
Miranda.
out doing stuff together.
I agree. I completely agree. I would love that, right? It would make sense. But I overall I love this episode. It felt more like it took me back to like what made Sex in the City Sex in the City.
Girl,
Right? Because can we talk about Naya?
riding it. Okay. Surfboard. Okay, she was on her Beyonce. Cowgirl. Get it, girl.
I love the fact that she is so loud that Miranda, like, why doesn't Miranda get her
Talking
own
about
place?
she
What
gonna move
is
in with Carrie.
happening?
No, you're not bringing your craziness up.
Girl, I would have shut that down real quick. You ain't bringing you and your mess. I got enough mess in my life with me. You're not gonna be up in here. You already done made out in my little kitchen, in my own. You're not gonna bring your rude, inconsiderate behind up in not in Gramercy Park.
Wasn't
no.
she
We're not
kind
doing
of
that
like low key fingered in her kitchen?
Yes. Yes. They were fooling around in her kitchen while Carrie couldn't walk. Remember, she had that surgery. Miranda's supposed to be there being a caregiver, and she getting it on. She was getting some care, all right. But it was like, no. Oh no. I would shut that down. No, you're not. You're a full-fledged lawyer with a brownstone in Brooklyn. Work that out. Figure your life out.
Right. Don't even
ask
over here. Spend the night.
I would have, girl, if she said that, I would not have giggled. I would have been like, no, we're not doing that. No, don't even play with it. Don't even joke about it. No, ma'am.
We're not doing that. So,
no.
Next,
but your life together.
I love that she, because I always feel like you said, Charlotte is optimistic, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I think to a fault, because you're not rooted in reality, and the reality is Miranda is a mess.
A hot mess. But you know what I loved about Miranda on this episode? When they were at that new place, looking at the place where Carrie wants to move, Miranda kept her mouth shut.
It was beautiful.
She didn't say nothing. It looked like she might have thunk it, but
don't
she
you
didn't
say a damn word.
Like, nothing. Not shit.
She came and she was supportive. She said the house looked beautiful, and she should get it. When she was talking about I know she was like, on the inside, like, when she was like, because the boys, they can come stay here. And Miranda, I was waiting on her to pop, just explode. You're making a mistake. But I was like, that, not a word. She should.
Shut it.
She should.
Yes.
I feel like for the rest of the season, let's keep that same energy.
Same energy. Debbie said she was just thinking something, but she kept her mouth shut, as she should have. Because no, ma'am, you have no right to say anything to anybody
for a while
about nothing.
And get
your own place.
Because why in the devil's name? Yeah. You can't even use the bathroom.
It's like, girl, and you are a full lawyer. Get a job. Why are you volunteering?
Wait a minute.
Interning?
I hope
get a job.
With the pregnant lady being on maternity leave, this better be paid.
I don't know. I guess I would hope so too. But it's like, still, it's a nonprofit. So I'm like, what are we doing here, right? So I don't know, but no, I would have shut that down. Oh, girl, no, you're not. You're funny, but let me get serious for a minute. That's
but
not
it's a no
cute,
for me.
But,
thank you.
No. Exactly. Can we talk about LTW being
girl? What you know what? When I was looking at the episode, and there was several indications. She kept sleeping. She's tired. I'm like, something's not right here. And then I was getting mad at her husband because I'm like, now you worried about her cooking, cleaning, doing all the things. You see, she's tired. Let that woman sleep.
Right.
And I understood from a standpoint of like, okay, he does show up for her, and he's always there for her. And then for her to, be tired. But I still, in the back of my mind, felt like something's wrong. Either she is completely exhausted, so give her a pass, and or maybe some medical is going on. When she said,
right, I was like, what?
Pregnant? I'm like, oh man. So I wonder if how the writers are going to play this. you think she's gonna,
I don't
you know,
know.
this LTW is going to be with child? How are we doing this? I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, I get with the way that they fast forward. I mean, is she gonna have a baby this season? I don't know. You know, they skip around so much. But yeah, I like the fact that she's pregnant because she has this full-fledged career. She's got a husband that's now running for office. You know, she's got two kids, you know, that are very time consuming because we really saw her as Charlotte's, you know, companion, spending a lot of time with Charlotte because, you know, Charlotte wasn't working. We really saw her as not having to work. So they were spending a lot of time together at charity events, at the kids' school, doing all those things. Now LTW is really leaning into her career. You know what I mean? And her husband's running for office, and now she's pregnant too, and has two
that's
kids.
a lot.
Whew,
That's
I'm
a lot.
tired.
And and that's
That's
what
a
I'm
lot.
saying. I'm wondering how that is going to play out, and what that looks like for them. Because right now, I'm tired just talking about it.
Moving on.
It sounds exhausting. It does not sound like any.
It feels exhausting. I don't know how people do it. I mean, I can barely take care of myself and my two
You
dogs.
have two
If I
dogs? I
had
thought you
another
only have
whole
one.
person, I had two. I'm exhausted.
Girl, I saw you also have a carriage for them, like a baby carriage.
I do. It's a doggy carriage. It's called a dogger,
I'm
like a jogger, but with a
so
D.
you're that type
Yep.
of person.
I'm that
Wowzers. I was
person.
worried about
Yes.
those. What, so
Yeah,
what's the deal here? Why can't the dog walk on ground?
because my dog is 15 years old. She can't see. She's, you know, mostly blind. She can't hear. So 15 is very old for a dog. And so when she walks, it's like slow motion. So I have a younger dog that wants to walk. And so when I take them to the park, I let the older dog do her thing, walk around a little bit. And then we pick her up and put her in the carriage because she's older. I mean, she's got early stages of kidney disease. I mean, you will see a lot of people when they carry dogs and stuff. Dogs just they aren't all the same. They aren't all going to be running and doing anything. I mean, they get older and she's very old. And so it's easier for her when she's in the carriage to enjoy the park. She sits in the carriage, you know, she sits, she takes in the wind, she likes it as opposed to, you know, kind of, you know, I mean, she still can walk around and, you know, she has a lot of energy for her age, but you know, she's getting up there. So I want her to be able to enjoy the park. It just makes it easier for both dogs because the puppy really wants to run around and do all those. And when you walk her pace for the puppy, it's not fair. He doesn't get good enough exercise. So it's just easier with both of them to put him in the carriage. And he likes getting in there too. Yes, Debbie says you take very good care of your dogs. You give them so much love.
I just
yes,
always wanted to. I'm inquisitive because when I see that, it
yes.
kind of makes me giggle.
Yeah. Well, because too, this company that I got my dog carriage from, the Dogger, created it because it's like if you want to jog with your dog, because this is a pet peeve of mine. And let me say this. People who run with their dogs, and I like to run, every dog is not meant for running, right? And I see some people, you know, jogging far ahead with their dog on a leash. The dog is exhausted and the dog has to keep up with your pace. You're not even watching to see if the dog needs water. You know, there have been stories of people jogging even with big dogs and it's hot outside, like the heat that we've had this summer. Dogs have all that fur or hair, they get hot. You can't just have them out in the heat just because you want to be out in the heat and run. So they have these things so you can go jogging and work out and do the things you do. You walk your dog separate, but if you want to take your dog outside and go and exercise as opposed to leaving it inside, take it with you, put it in the carriage, and you can have your workout. Every dog is not meant to be a runner. And please write this down as a mental note. You cannot run with every dog. It annoys me to no end when I see people running and dragging these dogs along for the run, and they're not equipped for it.
Especially,
Not all dogs are runners. Dogs are out there
but
having heart attacks and all kinds of things. Every dog can't do the same thing.
Nicole, go away.
They just can't.
Don't
Get off,
start.
Nicole. We ain't doing that today.
We
We've had
have.
enough mayhem down in Alabama. We ain't doing that today. We ain't talking about it. That's
Enough
over.
Enough of Montgomery melees or whatever. We don't
Girl, melees, and yes, it was enough. Nicole, time out. You got to time out, Nicole. Time out. But yeah, that infuriates me. I'm like, citizens arrest when I see people dragging their dogs around. It's not for everybody, and it's not for every dog. And so they have these carriages, and it really isn't. I mean, if you have an older dog that has issues with, sometimes dogs just want to go outside, particularly older dogs. It's really not. Yes, Gina said the hot ground can burn their feet, all the things. So, I just see people like myself who have dog carriages of being just particularly responsible, extra
Now,
responsible.
do you
when it
have,
comes to dog
like
care.
Charlotte,
So, thank you.
oil paintings of your dogs? You do?
You know what? When I saw that, I actually have of not of Oscar, but I have a dog that is now deceased, Sugar Shane, and my oldest dog, Zoe. Someone did like an oil painting of the two of them. It's so pretty.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I definitely have that. Yeah, but I don't have it hanging
So
up. It's like on this thing
you're
that you put
more
in
of
a
a Charlotte.
stand. Yes, when it comes to animals, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not like a Carrie. Like, what's that? When she saw that kitten, like Carrie seems like the last person because there are people who are animal people, which is why I'm vegan, and people who just entertain the idea, oh, it might be cute to get a dog, but they really aren't committed to having a dog because it's not a decoration. It really is a commitment. You know what I mean? And as they get older, that's the thing. You know what I mean? I could just leave my dog in the house and go out and but no, I like to make sure that these golden years for my older dog are
Oh,
well
lovely.
spent.
I need to come back in my next life as your dog.
Well, it's a good life. It is a good life. It is really a good life. It is a good life. I have to say, they are lucky babies. But
not only getting her freak on, but now her ex-husband got that girl that he said, don't worry about her. Remember?
No, but he said I hadn't cheated yet. Remember, he said I haven't cheated yet.
But that's wild to me. I didn't even think that, that's a lie. I was going to say, I didn't even think that she was a possibility, but got a...
Yes. In his room, writing music that late at night. And then he said, I haven't cheated.
I just did not
yet.
think.
Girl, detached.
That's
detached.
Wild though.
Detached.
Pregnant?
Yeah. Oh wait,
the girl that he. You saw how she saw on Instagram.
Yes. I'm thinking about
no.
Naya. Okay, yes.
The girl that he was doing music with.
But he wanted to have kids, remember? And she didn't.
Yes. I got it now. So. But that's a little too, in my opinion, you're just doing it to do it. Well, you didn't even vet her good enough. She's
the fact that they were still married and he had that girl in his room while he was on tour. It's over. Girl, move on. And where is Gary? Where is Toussaint?
Listen,
why are we not getting to that?
On my notes, girl, I said, okay, Naya, but where is Toussaint?
Where is he? Come on, writers. And maybe I will give them this. Maybe they are getting her to the point where she's getting everything out. having fun. And then when it comes to being ready for something more serious,
Yeah, because
that's
I
when the
could
two of
tell
them
with
will
this
connect.
person that she was doing the wild thing with and riding it. She was just like, I need to
She was
get
just having fun.
my steam out, clean out the pipe or clean, all of that.
Yeah.
Dust them cobwebs out.
Do not start.
Listen,
Don't
we all
start.
adults here.
Do
They
not
get it.
stop it. But when you get to talking about OBGYN stuff, you gonna come with some story.
I have medical trauma that, I think people should know.
No, I'm talking about you and taking people with you to the doctor's office.
I'm doubling down.
Stop it.
I'm
We ain't
telling
going
you why. Because it's a lot of work. And I think, what was I watching? And somebody was talking about how and I started to feel like the conceiving path was all on me. Like, you're going to the you're getting this done, you're getting that, you're taking this medication, you're done. And it started to feel like, nah, it's not going to just be me. And it like, I don't know, it just felt I was sick of going by myself.
But is he going? He also needs to go and have everything, have the boys checked out and all the things, because sometimes it's not just the woman that can have complications with, fertility. It's men too. And a lot of times we forget that. To your point, it's always like, if it's not happening, we think it's the woman, so she's the one. But a lot of times the men need to be checked out as well. A lot of people forget that, or they're unaware of it.
I don't think Clint would have a problem with this. But no,
is he covering over?
No. See, you can see, like, it's kind of like a
loft. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so he can kind of hear, over that. But he does go to the doctor regularly, just because he is in remission from cancer. He had cancer a while back. So he has to go every couple of months. And so part of that journey, I said to him, like, listen, this is a two-way street here. It could be, you. And so let's get you checked out and make sure you're all good. What's going on in your bags down there? So your little bags.
Let me ask you about Charlotte's boss, Mark. Do you think that Harry is onto something that Mark, Charlotte's boss, who came to the party, was kind of hitting on Carrie, on Charlotte, that he's keeping her at the office late? Do you think that there could be something there, or is Harry just, it seems odd for them to go there?
Well,
and
here's the thing. There. I think Harry was fucking stressed. I'm gonna just be real with you, because the way he said, do you or don't you get a coat rack for a party in the spring? You're in New York, sir. You do, because you never know. In Chicago, this weather is bipolar. It is not, because one day you think in March it's going to be 80 degrees and it's time to bring the shorts out. And then a day later, or even not even a day, a couple hours later, it is snowing. Girl, I have been there. And
that's New York, especially. New York, I say, it does not get warm. Spring doesn't even fully hit until June. Snow can happen until it does not get warm.
Exactly. And so I know, because my mom's birthday is March 1st. And as a child that knew nothing about weather, when March 1st would come around, I would be so excited. I'd be like, oh, it's summer. We could get our summer clothes out. And later on, as I got older, my bubble got real busted when it was a snowstorm on her birthday. I was like, I'm not liking March. Ain't no spring here.
Exactly.
So get that coat rack. So I think he was already kind of stressed
He was, but my thing was like, why is
Yeah,
he
I don't know.
planning the
That was very
party?
odd to me. I thought Charlotte was. Charlotte,
Right. I
but
thought
Charlotte's been
Charlotte, she
working
loves to do stuff like that.
that part.
But hire
Y'all
a
got the
party.
money. What are we doing?
Y'all got
Why are you
the money.
stressing?
What we doing?
Like, why
What
are
we
you
doing?
stressing? But I was getting, because
I don't get
Harry
it.
kind of
I don't
pissed
get
me
it.
off when he was like getting frustrated at Charlotte, because now she told you, and she sat here and had a family meeting. Everybody acted bored and like they was feeling bothered when she was like, look guys, I'm going back to work, so how you do your dinner, y'all don't have to figure that out. Work, get it together,
Right.
all the things. Harry said, we got this. Remember that? Remember,
Yeah.
Rock was like, okay, this is great. Lily was like, yes, mama, get out of our
Right.
hair. Now she's gone, and it's the shovel, pizza, Chinese food, all the things. Y'all are all over the place.
Yeah. Debbie says she
Really?
thinks Harry might be right about
Because
Mark.
I was going to say,
She's like,
in the previous episodes, though, I haven't seen any like hot and heavy for Charlotte coming from Mark.
I haven't either.
At dinner.
I haven't either, but, you know, I don't know, you know, it'll be interesting. It seems like he was on the prowl. It seems like he was flirting with Carrie, but he seems like he's, you know, it's what, his third marriage, you know, and he's looking for the fourth. I don't know. He just seems like he's just out there a little bit. And that kind of man is gonna flirt with everybody.
He'll flirt with the cockroach girl if it has a BBL and some breast implants. Who knows? You know, that man is just looking for companionship. Who might be a great person is Seema, even though Seema got her little groove on. You don't think
For him?
No, with Mark.
Mm-mm. No, he's not hot enough. She's gonna like that movie. She likes hot men. Like she likes really hot men. Like that movie director, producer.
That's her speed.
That's yeah. I like them together. Like I like that.
Because it kind of felt the union between Seema and the movie director guy or whatever, when they showed up to the restaurant and Carrie's like, what's going on here? Blah, 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 blah. Like, is Seema letting her guard down a little bit more to receive some type of like ultimate love? You know what I mean?
So I said, yeah, Seema ready. Yeah, I think so. I think because she's, you know, she kind of displayed a little bit of jealousy, you know, with other, like this is somebody who's very high profile, right? So he gets a lot of attention. And Seema, from, you know, even though she likes to have fun, she is very sensitive and emotionally attached. I mean, look at all the fights that she's had with men over this and that. You know, she's just not out there having fun. She doesn't want anybody to cross the line with her standards, which is very different from Samantha, you know, until she got into something serious. But when she was just out there, she didn't care. But Seema cares. Seema has feelings.
And
Seema's up in her feelings. So I do think that she likes this.
I want to kind of address because last week when we were talking about Seema and we were saying, you know, how she was immature in regards to the whole situation with Carrie and her being around her man. So, but the YouTube people, they weighed in on that and they were like, you know, we don't feel that you're giving Carrie, or I'm sorry, Seema, or really understanding where she was coming from. The fact that she came out and really disclosed her feelings and how it feels to not have the love of her life like Carrie. They were saying that, you know, that was their favorite part of that episode, her being very candid about those feelings. And I totally respected it. I said, you know, I understand y'all's perspective. I wasn't looking at it that way just because Carrie had attempted to reach out to Seema several times in regards to, are you coming to this event or whatever? And Seema ignored it. She could have very well put in a text, listen, girl, I need a little space, and there's nothing wrong from removing yourself if it's a situation that you feel uncomfortable, or you need to get your mind right, and then come into the space a little bit with a different perspective. I get it. Like, I've done it. I get it. I completely understand. And so I do want to say that, like, the ladies on YouTube were, really weighing in and really giving a different perspective about that scenario. So I just wanted to share it. Yeah, I wanted to share it with you.
Interesting. No, that's interesting. I mean, I like Seema. I like how they're writing her. I like how she's evolving a little bit. Because that whole Birkin bag episode, I was like, that's a mess. But I'm happy where she is right now. I like her with this guy.
I'm not exactly sure of this screen name, but it said, and she tried to sneak out of the salon. Yeah, I mean, those little moments I was feeling was immature. But she did come out, and she was candid, and she said, listen, and it is hard. I mean, if you really think about it, like, it's hard to have hard conversations with friends. It's hard sometimes to tell them, like, look, girl, love you, but,
Well, especially when you're the one that's being vulnerable, right? That's true vulnerability, to say, you know what, I don't know, I'll be in my feelings if I'm there and you're in this relationship and I'm not in a relationship. That's when it's hard. You know what I mean? It's not hard for her to tell Miranda, look, child, you're not staying here. You need to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Or it's not hard to tell Carrie, girl, you're going too fast. Like, I can have those conversations. But when you're the one that's being vulnerable and saying, like, that takes guts to say, I'm not in a relationship, and you being in one is going to make me feel bad about myself. But it also, as we talked about last week, it just bothered me that she felt that way, that she didn't feel strong enough to be like, with me, I wouldn't want to do it because I wouldn't want to be a third wheel. But then if the guy's really cool, right, and we all get along, then I might not mind that, because while y'all doing y'all thing, I can have my own space, as long as it's not like a little tiny place like what Naya had, and I got to hear all the goings on, because I just don't want to hear someone having sex and then sit down and have breakfast with them.
I don't want to do, remember that episode when Carrie went to her friend's house and she saw that man's penis? Yeah. When it's just walking around without pants on? That is what I would not want. I don't want no parts of that. Whatever freakiness you trying to do up in here, leave that over there. Leave him at home. I will never forget that episode. That episode cracked me up, because did you know then that lady was trying to come for Carrie, like Carrie asked for that. I was like, no, what is going on here? But I did, before we end, I did want to say one thing, girl.
Yeah.
First of all,
that was a long pause and a smack.
It's real. And we're talking about a whole different show, because I wanted to update you on some things I've been binging. Sweet McGood. Wait a minute now.
I don't watch the whole season. So if you have not seen it, you need to tell me where you left off. We're talking about Sweet Magnolias now. That show.
Okay, so I am on season 3, episode 2. After finding out about damn Bill, girl.
Bill is a hot.
He is a narcissist. Mess. He's a gaslighter, and the whole. And the thing that it really gets under my skin in regards to this character is because there's moments of, like, you want to kind of like give Bill a chance, and then he does some dumb shit, and I'm like, Bill, if you don't. And I love the way Maddie handles him. She's like, Bill, first of all, you didn't put me through the ringer. Now Isaac's your son, and you slept with Peggy. and you have a whole baby out here, girl,
It's too, I mean, wow. That was like, he checked every box for being the biggest circus.
everything.
I mean, like everything. It was like, wow, you got a baby with, you know, this receptionist or whatever, on a baby on the way, you while you were cheating on me. Then you cheated years ago with somebody else in town. Y'all kept it a secret. And so you
Girl,
got a baby,
a
like
whole
young
grown
adult,
baby boy. Yes, and
like
I
grown
was,
baby.
because it was so funny, girl, through the whole like first season and second season, I was laughing because Isaac was going, pop pop mama. Everybody was his pop pop or mama, and I was dying. We were over here cracking up because I'm like, find that boy's parents before he start blaming the rats in the back, that they're mama, papa, is that you? Like, they found it, and I was like, okay, so Peggy's the mama. I know this white man up in here who is the daddy. At first, I thought it was the mayor. I thought it was. I said, "Oh, this is a scandal.
Yeah.
This is a scandal."
Yeah, I thought, but then I did not see it being Bill.
Lord.
I was like,
And
dog.
Lord,
I was like,
oh,
what?
they came with it. Okay.
I mean, they give you the soap opera
Drama.
small town drama.
Okay. And I must say, because I said this as I'm watching season 1 and season 2. I was getting pissed, and I'm gonna tell you why. Why is there this new trope for Black women to always be going through the ringer in relationships? I've seen it on Scandal. I've seen it on How to Get Away with Murder. It's like, and it's,
well, those women were Black, were the leads, right? So I get that. But with I was going to say Steel Magnolias, with Sweet Magnolias, you got 3 leads. But yes, it does seem like Heather Headley's character is really the one, like, you know, with all the, like, the
when I tell you, I knew she was going to have a miscarriage. I knew it. As soon as she was reading books, all happy and giddy, I said, they're going to make that woman have a miscarriage, and I'm going to be pissed. And when I tell you, I wasn't noticed this when it's like a black woman, and then she's in an interracial relationship. She gotta get cheated on, beat it on, you know, miscarriage.
Oh, girl, it happens with Black on Black relationships, too, depending on the shows that you're watching. It happens on all of them. It just depends on who, you know, who the character is. Woman, you know what I mean?
Can the Black
who the main character is? I mean to say,
please. I mean, like, and just in a happy, like, I love with on Sex or and Just Like That, how we have LTW. She's happy. God, I'm like,
happy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let's leave it. Please don't
that way. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I like Sweet Magnolias. I do feel like the Black woman on there does, like, it's just like, because Heather Headley is gonna give you like drama, because you know she's that stage actress, and it's like, oh why? You know, because she has because she has that depth. Not to say that, I mean, I enjoy everybody on the show, but you know, stage actors, in my opinion, seem to give you a little bit more depth when they're, you know, like a Viola Davis, you know, kind of, you know, they just pull from the. And I love Heather Headley. She's just so talented. I'm glad.
Girl,
I don't want to get
please
away, because you know you don't like to know what's coming. I don't know why you're gonna bring it up, and you haven't seen, you know, I haven't finished. I'm in
season 3, so I'm just hanging there with me. Probably by next week, I will have finished it, because when I tell you this show is good, it's so good. It has all the elements.
So good. And see, you'll finish this right on time to get to what? Virgin River. But the thing that I love about this show, about Sweet Magnolia, Magnolias, particularly this season, is the level of diversity. There's so many Black people in this town, I can't see straight. I love it. Usually it's like one person. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like with Virgin River, right? It's like
The bald black guy that's
one
the cook.
person. And then they he's a chef. He is
You
a
know what
chef.
I'm saying.
I know. But then they finally put him with a Black woman.
Oh,
who's
really?
his wife in real life, by the way. Yes. So I love the fact that Preacher, you know, but I like to see some more Black people sprinkled in, because as a Black woman, I like the idea of living in a small town where everybody knows. It just seems so quaint. That's why I love Hallmark movies and all those things, because I love the Hallmark Christmas movies. But I just want to see more of myself in those movies. And Hallmark is notorious. I mean, now they're doing more with Black leads, but it's like when you watch those shows and there's not a Black lead, it's like sprinkles
but
of Black
you
people.
know, I'm opposite of you, girl. All that gossip and everybody in everybody's business. I mean, on Sweet Magnolia, you know, I think Dana Sue or no, who was it? A foot Cal and the chef there. What's the one that Helen is? Eric? Is it Eric? So when Cal and Eric were talking, it's like, oh, we can't talk too long because people are going to be wondering what we're talking about. And I'm like, see, no.
Girl, that happens everywhere. It's just not as, you know, in smaller towns, it's like everybody knows it, but people gossip everywhere. I mean, you avoid all that drama living in Chicago. You ain't got no drama amongst them.
Stay to myself.
But I like that. I like that feeling. Yes, somebody said yes, Eric. I like the feel. So you don't even know what happened with Eric.
Please keep it. I'm on 3-2. I'm on 3-2. I'm about sick of Ryan. I will say that. Now Ryan gonna come back and because she can't have no kids. That's what we doing, Ryan. Were you
after all you done put her through? But she a fool for taking him back in the first place. I don't care what y'all had in the past.
The door that he.
Girl, I don't even know how she was getting with him over Eric. No way. I would have been like, no.
I couldn't. I'm like, Ryan.
After all he did for her when
that's what I said. All that. You had miscarried in the bathroom. He lifted you up.
Girl, carried you out. And you gonna get back with Mr. I might be here, I might not. Done hurt you so many times. You gonna give up that?
Do it. You like a girl. I just cannot. Girl, but it's so good. It's good.
It's so good. It's so good. But I need a show like that with more, like, you know, Black leads. I'm glad that, like I said, Heather Headley is there. So she's part of one of the 3 leads on there. But I love the diversity in that town. It's nice to see. And as we see the rest of the episode, more characters, you know, of color come, you know, so it's nice. You know, come to the forefront, and we get to hear more about their stories, and I like that.
I do like that over Virgin River. I like Sweet Magnolias. They gonna give you the diversity, baby. You ain't gotta worry about that one.
Girl, they giving it to you. I love it.
This show is so that keeps me on my toes. I'm like, I'm over here eating my popcorn. I'm like, oh no, she. Mary Bond.
It's good. Wait, just wait. El Calrissian said, just wait.
Until they need to get a.
Wait until you get to the end, like the rest of this.
What they need to do is get their folding chair for Mary Bond, because I'm about tired of her.
Oh, listen. I'm not gonna say nothing because you need to. We'll talk more about it next week. I hope you will have finished.
I'm working on it. I work fast though. I finished Virgin River, and
you do. I'm just saying. You don't want us to hold our tongue.
Please don't tell me.
We done finished.
I'm gonna get off now. We gotta wrap this up. We got
Let's wrap it up.
Happy Friday. Thank you so
Happy
much,
Friday,
guys,
y'all.
for tuning in with our shenanigans. But it's fun. It's always fun.
Yes.
See you next
All right.
week.
We'll see you next week.